Hello guys, hope you all are doing well. So in this video we are gonna look at a custom package in R which will help you build basic graphs like bar graph, scatter plot and box plot, histogram as well. So the theme here is like that we often forget to use different functions of ggplot and base R package. Sometimes it's misleading and confusing also. So I have created a custom package through which you can create the basic plots. It's quite intuitive to use. The driving factor here is the same base R engine, and I have used it with combination of ggplot. So it's like the package consists of internally as a ggplot engine backed up by R engine. Then on top of it, I have created a wrapper so that you just have to call that wrapper and it will return the graph to you. Uh, uh, in an intuitive way, you can just call the graph as in a more simpler English language like bhai create a scatter plot for me, bhai create a box plot for me, and you pass in the color and you pass in the data as well. Even going to a more deeper level, you can also say bhai use this data and bhai use this color for my graph, and it will return the exact graph to you. So before further ado, let's jump into the coding part and try to understand how does it quickly works out. Here I have created a new R markdown file. Now let's directly load our package. So the way you load is like this. You just need to install devtools. Then from the GitHub repository, you download RpackageforHomies. Then you load using library function. You load the homie package. You just run it up, and voila, the package has been loaded. Since you have loaded the package, we will now use the package. So suppose you want to draw a histogram quickly. The function inside is you can directly use by create histogram. So it directly appears on the screen. So I will zoom it in for you. Yeah, by create histogram. The data which we are going to use here is the cars data already available in our system. So if you are not aware of this data, here is this data, cars data. And uh, if we have to see what is inside this data, you just have to view cars to run it up. This is now this data set contains two columns. One is the speed, and another one is the distance. So we are going to create histogram for distance, suppose. So this is how we are going to proceed with our package. It's like by create histogram, then by use this data, which data you want to use, cars, and after cars, which column you want to supply. It's like use this column. In our case, I want to use distance, and that's it. You just have to pass it out. That's it. It has created a graph for you. Again, if you want to change the color of this graph, you just use this color, and that, let's suppose you want this as black. Just run it up, and this is how it is. It's like black color histogram. Now instead of writing those many lines of code, if you just want to supply single arguments, this is how you can do it. In the same function, you have to create by create histogram, and you want data to be passed as cars data, sorry, spelling mistake, cars data. And on cars data, the column which we are going to use is distance column. That's it. You just have to do it, and it will create the graph for you. Again, you can create the bin size also. Suppose you want a different bin size, then just have to do by use this bin width, and that bin width would be, suppose I want bin width as 20. Just run it. Yeah, the bin width has been changed. So it's so intuitive to use. You just have to call it as by create this graph, by create that graph, and it will create the same for you. Again, if you are confused how to use a particular function, there is a proper documentation for it. uh, this is how you can call the documentation. Actually, Okay, suppose you want to know how I can draw box plot from this function. You just have to do by create box plot. You have to put question mark on the first of the how you call the function. Then you just run it up. Help section, it will give you all the arguments needed for this graph here. And there is also an example. If you want to run it, it will create the plot for you there itself, like this. Let me zoom it out for you a little bit. So this is how it is. Yeah, if you can see it here. And this is, and you can directly copy it from here also if you are confused on how to use it. So just have to copy that function from there, then remove everything, just copy and paste it and run it. That's it. Voila. Again, the same graph. You just have to call by create box plot and pass in the relative data as it is. Right now you can create three basic plots using this box plot, a scatter plot, and histogram with I would say more than 36 possible combinations, to be more precise. As you have seen, this is the most easy way to draw histogram and basic graphs. I would suggest use this package and give me feedback on how this package can be improved. This is the basic version of this package. The later improved packages will be deployed later on. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you like this package as well. Thank you.